Top of the morning to everybody. Expediting right now, driving from Spokane to Yakima, and delivery will be in Leavenworth, Washington. So about a round trip was 500 miles for me. Started recording now because it's finally a little more brighter outside. And you guys can check out the scenery. Beautiful sunrise. Got 95 miles to go. Today's load will be a bit interesting. It's 150 long. I don't remember what the weight is, but 150 long, and I hope I can get unloaded without any problems at the destination because it's a golf course and Leavenworth is a tourist attraction town. So we'll see how that works. Not a lot of great scenery over here, just outside of Moses Lake, Washington. But in the morning it looks pretty. I'll stop by a bit later in Vantage and kind of show you guys the Columbia River at a high point over there. You guys will see that. That's a pretty area to look at. It was a bit frosty this morning. At least we got de-icer, so that helps. 24 degrees outside right now, and it is December. Coming up to that area I was talking about, guys. I mean, in real, camera can't express what it is like in real life over here, but I'm sure if somebody would fly a drone through here, this is phenomenal. There's going to be a lookout point that I'll stop by at. Later, the drive to our destination for delivery, that's one of the prettiest drives out here. Highway 97 from I-90 towards Wenatchee. That's really pretty. Really pretty in the summertime too. Wintertime is nice as well, as long as there's no snow. As long as you're not dealing with bad roads. This out, guys. It's a little mini Grand Canyon in a way. Funny, you can still see the moon right there in the middle. This is what we're driving today. Empty now. I'll show you guys the load we're going to be carrying. Super cool looking out here. Let's walk over to the other side. Ooh, it's cold out here. So this is what I was talking about. Making money, sightseeing, traveling some cool places. Just part of everyday office views from your vehicle. Doesn't get better than this, guys. I think flying a drone through here would be awesome. Getting a little higher. That will be in the future. If we get some good subscribers and some followers, some people are interested in seeing more. Let's get going. Wanted to get some footage of this bridge crossing it. There's a beautiful sunrise. Almost 8 o'clock over these mountains. Still coming up. Might get some fresh hay in my airbox from this thing. And pass this guy ASAP. You'd be surprised the kind of things that are in there when you're changing out the air filter. Windmills are real close to the road here. Usually gets pretty windy in this area. Always against the wind for the most part. Today they're just still. Guys, what other kind of job would you get some views like this? I guess any better, you'd have to be a pilot. Coming down into Yakima. That's the views from up above. Obviously looks better from my point of view, through my eyes, but the camera doesn't capture that. It is what it is, still pretty. Beats the heck out of a cubicle. If somebody wants to start doing this kind of work. Alright guys, all is well. Made it to Yakima safely. Silver Beast did the job to get here. Only problem I gotta say is, look at this. Do you see this $2.99 diesel? My goodness. I should have brought a couple cans with me. $2.99 per gallon. That's an incredible price. And I mean incredibly bad. That's Chevron. Shell has the same rate. So maybe Yakima can improve on this, I don't know. I know Spokane, we're at least 250, 260 in some places at the very most, but man, that $2.99, that hurts. All right, we'll go get loaded up here soon, see if our freight is ready. I'm about an hour early, so we'll see. If it's ready, awesome. If not, we might have to wait a bit. All right, guys, pulling up to the pickup. Procedure is just check in the office, tell them where the freight is going, and wait for further instructions and to get loaded. And hopefully they have a ramp here to load a Sprinter. Whoops, the camera fell. Hopefully they got a ramp here to load a Sprinter because I drove 200 miles here for this pickup. So we'll see what happens. We'll check in and I'll let you guys know. Alright guys, here's my load. Just have them keep it center, just keep it center on that E-track and you'll be fine. That'll slide right in. Yeah, just like that. Keep them. Oh, hold on, top. Can you lower it? Oh, hold on. All right, guys, check this out. If this was a solid piece, I would have driven 200 miles for nothing. Would have turned around and went back, and it would not get loaded. So whoever measures this stuff needs to get spanked. This is just foam up there, lots of foam, and luckily that's all it is. So we had to push it down and then it worked out. So that's about 74 inches. They told me it was 68 tall, supposedly. That's a big difference. Anyways, we got it in here. Heard it was some kind of a simulator. Going to the golf club in Leavenworth. I'll show you guys what it looks like in here. There it is. And I think it is longer than what they said, but that's okay. This is why we set up the van this way. The bed is on that wall right there. It folds up so we can use the full van to its full capacity. Otherwise, you never know how many cancels you might end up with because freight doesn't fit. So I'll get it all strapped in and we'll be on our way, and I'll shoot some more videos along the way. It's going to be a pretty drive, so don't go anywhere. Alright guys, loaded, strapped, ready to go. On this one I used Inky Dinky straps. I don't have E-track going all the way this far. Also my E-track, everything slid in fine. That's why I put it on the ground. That way this pallet slides simply on the E-track, very easy to get in and out. The only issue that you might run into sometimes is this pallet itself is wider than what the E-track is, so I had to use these straps. I used 3 straps. This thing is like 1,000 pounds altogether, so all ready to roll. Even had room for my dolly. Here you really couldn't do much here, so we strapped in one here. That way it keeps it from coming back. We got the one in the front, and then we also have a strap in the middle there too to keep it from going side to side as well. So this thing ain't going anywhere. We'll be good to go. All right, Silver Beast is on the way. Guys, we're descending down to I-90. I don't know if you can see, I can't zoom in with this camera, but the Rocky Mountains are over there on the right hand side, and a regular eyeball can see all that beautifulness. Not sure if you guys can, but it is there. Coming down Highway 82 into the Ellensburg Valley, Ellensburg, Washington. Washington is known for its orchards, so we do have a lot of cherries, pears, apples, all that stuff being grown all over the desert valleys of Washington State. Here's some right here. Not sure exactly which one these are, but probably apple. Alright guys, got about 40 miles left to Leavenworth. Oh, there's a sign. And it's going to get nice, twisty, windy. And in the summertime it's really pretty. I've driven this road in the summertime. I've driven it in the wintertime where it took me 6 hours to get down from Seattle. About a foot of snow, nobody was plowing that time. It took forever. If all the leaves would be on these trees, it'd look better, but it's still very pretty even now. Just some of the sights you won't be able to see from, your office desk, or out your office window where it doesn't change, or out in your cubicle, unless you're watching, photos of different screenshots of things. Wenatchee National Forest. That's what the sign said. There's a few cool camping spots around here. When I drove through here in the summertime, it looked awesome. I'm surprised they don't have snow yet. It is December, but not a substantial amount yet. So yeah, fun times in the van. And maybe some of those van life guys, the people that, maybe retired, maybe not quite retired yet, but have a van, they set it up as a camper, or halfway a camper, or maybe not so sophisticated as a camper. Anybody can do this job. Still travel. You can deliver your load. You can go rest wherever you want to rest. Go chill out wherever you want to chill out. Sightsee everything. And make real good money on top of it. Minimal investment. If you buy a used van, you buy a used van. The Sprinter van is what I would recommend. A diesel one. They're all diesel pretty much. There's only a few that are not. 170 wheelbase at least. So you get yourself 180 inches long inside. 53 between the wheel wells. 72 tall in the door. And start making the money. Technology's come a long way. Chinese are making the Webasto style heaters. They're on eBay for 99 bucks. It takes 2 hours to install it yourself. Very simple. I might do a video on that people are interested. There's a leader hose that's right under the driver's, almost under the driver's seat on the outside from the tank. So it's already in there. All you got to do is plug it in and drill some holes, install your exhaust tubes, and you're done. And you always have yourself a good diesel heater that can last 2 days without charging your battery. If you're sleeping all night somewhere, you don't have to worry about your battery getting dead. And I've got a 5,000 kilowatt one. Currently this fan is not insulated yet. I'm not sure exactly if I will be insulating it or not. With the heater that powerful and only running at its full half capacity, usually it's never at full, you get nice and toasty in here. And in our region where I travel, we don't really get those hot nights like in Texas or, you know, down south. So for this region, I don't have to have an AC. I don't have to really have a fan, even though this van does come with a, you know, stock roof AC. Only time I used it is when I hit a deer in the summertime. And what happened is the AC condenser blew out. So I was still able to drive the van, but I wasn't able to have AC. So that roof one saved me for, oh, I don't know, a couple of weeks it took. For a few weeks, that was a lifesaver. Otherwise, it was 90s here. It was a pain. Would have been a pain with no AC. But here we are. We reached some snow. Guys, if you do travel the passes, I'm talking about passes, Lookout Pass, Snoqualmie Pass, any Idaho passes or Washington passes, I know for sure Snoqualmie Pass, always, if there's snow now, it's a money maker for the DOT. So they always, constantly make people put on chains. Chains required, all vehicles except all-wheel drive, and sometimes even, well, I guess they say all vehicles, even all-wheel drive, but you have to have chains. And the last couple of years that I've been traveling there and back to Seattle and back, I've been lucky enough to only not use them one time. Everything else I had to put on chains every time, even in a small van like this. The reason why I put him on now is because about 2-3 years ago, I did get a ticket. I tried to get away with it, hid behind a semi, and on the side of a semi, and got a $500 ticket. So, not sure if the prices went up, but it's a $500 ticket that you will not win in court for not having your chains on. It stays on your record. Not sure about you guys, but hey, this road sure beats the heck out of some of those hills and desert looking stuff. Here we are descending a little bit lower. It is 27 out, so some of these turns are a little bit slippery. I can feel a little bit of slipping, but not extremely bad. Yeah, if you guys want to visit Leavenworth, you know, maybe in Seattle area, I'm sure you've heard about it. This is the drive you would take. Really pretty. What Leavenworth, Washington is known for, I guess it's an old German town. So they do their beer fests in October, or Oktoberfest, whatever they do over there. Not my thing, but in the wintertime they decorate that town. There's like a little area where there's, you know, the old looking buildings that they built, European style, restaurants on top of restaurants everywhere. They decorate it with Christmas lights. They do their Santa shows over there. It's a real cool place to come visit. I just don't know about weekend visiting over there. I've been there one time on a weekend and it was too busy. We walked through, we took a look at the lights. It was really cold outside. This is my experience. It was super cold and lots of people, and there were too many people, so there wasn't enough room to even go to the restaurant, and you know, or even these shops that are over there to just warm up, walk in for a minute through a store, warm up a little bit and keep going. It was way too many people. There were lines outside, so it was packed that time. That was my experience. So we kind of walked around. There were the barrels with the fire there. They do have, you know, wood burning barrels outside. That doesn't keep you warm enough when you have kids. But anyways, Leavenworth is one of those things you guys just got to go and experience for yourself. You know, you might like it more than I did. It was a good trip we made. You know, in my opinion, it was worth one time. Something you do once and just have the experience, save it in your memories, and that's it. You know, to go again, I'm not sure if I would go again. But some people do go every year or every couple of years, which is just fun. It's too bad that today I'm arriving over there before dark, so I won't be able to film anything. I don't want to stay over there today till dark because I got another load picking up in Great Falls after this tomorrow morning, so I still have to boogie on to Great Falls, make it over there by tonight before all the deer and all the animals come out. Get ready for that pickup in the morning. Otherwise, maybe I would have stayed just for the light show so I could film it for you guys. Views are incredible, guys. I don't know about you guys, but you know, camera doesn't really express what your eye can see in person, but it looks awesome out here. All the frosty looking trees. There's that logging truck in front of me. He passed me on the way up. I'm not sure if they're still logging out here. If they are, I feel it for those poor guys. Alright guys, I had to turn around. I passed this turnoff here, but decided to come back around. I want to show you guys what some of the scenery is like around here. You know, if it wasn't for the cars driving by, I could take my summer chair out and just sit here and fall asleep to the water running noise. That's our money maker right there. Beautiful day, clear. There were better spots along the way, but this was really the only legal turnoff. There it is, folks. Let's keep going. We got maybe 12 miles left or so till we get to our delivery. All right, folks, there's the view. Highway 97 and Highway 2.
Turn left on US 2 West.
Just a joy being out here in this terrain, looking at these views. Orchards on the right, orchards on the left. That's the whole Wenatchee area, right along the river out here.
US 2.
All right, guys. Pulling into the town of Leavenworth. Maybe get some footage of what it looks like. It's all gonna kind of have this old European German style structures here. And over here to the left is kind of where their main downtown hangout area is. So you guys can see here, everything kind of looks like that. All those little shops right on that side. That's really what all the fuss is about. It's all over there. Those maybe 3-4 blocks. these mountain views are one of a kind.
Turn left on Icicle Road. In 1/2 mile, arrive at 9101 Icicle Road on the left.
Condominiums here on the left.
In 1/4 mile, arrive at 9101 Icicle Road on the left.
And our delivery is coming up here on the left-hand side. It's at a golf course.
Arriving at 9101 Icicle Road on the left.
Guys, quick update on this. So they do not have a forklift here or any way to unload it. They didn't want to pay me to do it. So the installer decided to do it himself with his son. They took some of the top off and now they're carrying this stuff piece by piece. So as I am being unloaded, I walked around the vehicle and noticed a casualty. Got ourselves a bird. Didn't see it on the road, so I don't know how it got there. Leave it here. Alright guys, good news. Delivery happened an hour later. I'm empty and unloaded. Ended up with that big old pallet because they had nowhere to put it. So we'll take it and dispose of it. Usually we charge for that kind of stuff. But it is winter time and I'm gonna cut it up for firewood.
Continue on US 2.
And I'll show you guys some more of this Leavenworth on the way back here. I gotta be in Montana in Great Falls in the morning, so I cannot waste time here walking around too much and filming this. I mean, it is a lot prettier at night here. Doesn't look like every place has Christmas lights on it yet, but I'll imagine very, very soon they will. So each one of these buildings, they are decorated with Christmas lights everywhere, and it is pretty here at night. There's a lot of tourists here at night as well. So as you can see, what is this going to say here? Basically, this is where everything starts. Front Street and Highway 2, right on the corner. They won't let any vehicles in, and people just walk those few, maybe 4 or 5 blocks. Have a good time, take their kids to some shops. into this kind of stuff. I mean, it is cool. There's some things to see here. Here's their main kind of a strip area over here. There's that side too. And that's pretty much it for Leavenworth. Alright guys, that concludes this trip. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. That will encourage me to make some more new videos for you. And I'll see you guys in the next one. The next one is going to be a good one too. It's going to be a Montana one. So see you guys in the next one.